Hello, boys and girls. It's Pastor John, and welcome to Storytime with Pastor John. And hello, caregivers, parents, uncles, grandparents, aunts. It's great to see you today. Boy, it has been raining a good bit lately here in Alabama, but the rain sure does make the grass grow and become greener, doesn't it? And you know, when it rains, after a while, you just feel like, I'd love to have a nice sleep tonight. Girls and boys, you know, when you go to bed at night, I know your moms and dads or parents or grandparents will read you a story or maybe tell you a story. It's always good to have that at night. And boys and girls, I bet you love it when your parents give you a kiss at night or anytime. And we're going to be reading a story about wonderful kisses. We're going to read from a book that my wife, Debbie, and I read to our daughters, Hannah and Clara. And we read this book, Kiss Goodnight. It's really a sweet book. It's written by Amy Hest, Moms and Dads, H-E-S-T. And the pictures are by Anita Jerram. So we're going to read Kiss Goodnight. And before we do that, let's sing a song together. How about if we sing together, He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. I'll sing it once, and you can sing along with me. Are you ready? He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 Let's sing that together. He's got the whole world in His hands. Ready? He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 Now let's sing the same melody, but with different words. I'm going to sing that God has the sun and the moon in His hands. Sing with me. He's got the sun and the moon in His hands. He's got the sun and the moon in His hands. He's got the sun and the moon in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands. How about if we change the word to He's got everybody here in His hands? You ready? He's got everybody here in His hands. He's got everybody here in His hands. He's got everybody here in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands. That's one of those fun songs where you can keep adding words to it. I know if you like that song like I do, then you really like that song. Well, let me go ahead and put the guitar over. And let's pull out our book, Kiss Goodnight, okay? That's a neat picture of I guess a falcon flying at night. Kiss Goodnight. It was a dark and stormy night on Plum Street. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear was putting Sam to sleep. Ready now, Sam? Oh no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear sat on the bed beside Sam, and they read his favorite book, and they both knew all the words. Afterward, Miss Bear pulled one side of the blanket way up higher under Sam's chin, and the blanket was red. She pulled the other side too, tucking it under his toes like a nest. Outside, the wind blew. Ooh. Ready now, Sam? Oh no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear arranged Sam's friends in the bed, and they all snuggled close in the blanket that was red. Outside, the rain came down, splat, on the roof. Splat, splat on the windows. The wind blew. Ooh. Ready now, Sam? Oh no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear poured milk in 2 glasses and they both drank milk. And it was warm, sliding down. Afterward, Mrs. Bear yawned. You must be ready now, she said. But Sam shook his head. I'm waiting, he said. Said Mrs. Bear. Let me think. We've read a book and made a nest, arranged your friends, and had warm milk. Sam, she said, what did I forget? You know, said Sam. Said Mrs. Bear. Book, blanket, friends, milk. Book, blanket, friends, milk. Sam waited. He waited and waited. And then at last, Miss Bear said, oh, I know. Kiss goodnight, Sam. And she bent way down, kissing Sam once and twice, and then twice more. Again, cried Sam. And she bent way down, kissing Sam once and twice, and then twice more. Outside, the wind blew, and the rain came down. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear was taking out the light, whispering, kiss goodnight, Sam. Kiss goodnight. And Sam went to sleep on a dark and stormy night on Plum Street. There's nothing better on a dark night when you're about to go to sleep and maybe it's raining outside or maybe the wind is blowing and you hear all the noises, but you know you're safe. You know that your parents love you. You know that you've taken a good long day and you're tired, and it's great to snuggle up at night and go to sleep because the big people in your house are taking care of you. I really enjoyed being with you today. It was great reading this story, and moms, dads, parents, grandparents, those big people that are watching too, we're always glad that you can come and be with us. Every Wednesday, look for Storytime with Pastor John on Facebook. Faith Lutheran Clay is the handle. And also we'll send it out to members of Faith by email, a YouTube link. It's so good to be with all of you. Enjoy your day, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.